Hello and welcome to another video in the series of videos on chemistry revision. For this series of videos, we will be focusing on mole calculations or chemical calculations. Okay, so in order for us to solve such problems, it will be good for us to familiarize ourselves with certain formulas first. Okay, now these two formulas will be used quite a lot in this series of calculations. So let us do a quick revision. From this triangle, you can see that mole is equals to mass over mr. Okay, and when you're dealing with gases, you can use the formula mole is equals to the volume of the gas divided by 24 dm cube. Okay, now in order for us to solve chemical calculation problems, we usually follow 5 steps. Okay, we first start off with a balanced chemical reaction, a balanced chemical equation. We then write down the mole ratio of the products and the reactants. Okay, and you will always be given the value of one substance, either a volume or a mass of one of the reactants or products, and from that you can calculate the number of moles of the given substance. Okay, now once you have calculated the number of moles of the given substance, you use the mole ratio to find the number of moles of the substance that you wish to find, or the unknown. And once you know the moles of the unknown, you can always calculate the mass or the volume of the unknown substance. Okay, so let's see how we can use those steps in order for us to solve a problem involving chemical calculation. So let's take a look at our first problem. When aluminium is heated with iron trioxide, iron is formed according to the given equation there. Okay, what mass of iron is produced when 80 grams of iron trioxide is heated with excess aluminium? So here you are already given the chemical equation. So more or less that saves us one step. We are given 80 grams of iron trioxide, so we know one of the reactants, but we want to find the mass of one of the products form. Okay, so now that we have the information, let us start. We start off by, first of all, writing a balanced chemical equation. So let's just rewrite the equation. 2 aluminium reacts with iron trioxide to give us aluminium oxide and 2 of iron. So that is your balanced chemical equation. Now we take step 2. We write down the mole ratio of the reactants and the products. Now, from the given chemical equation here, you can see that 2 moles of aluminium reacts with 1 mole of iron trioxide. Now, if there's no number written in front of the compound, it means it is 1 mole. Okay, so 2 moles of aluminium reacts with 1 mole of iron trioxide to give you 1 mole of aluminium oxide and 2 moles of iron. So we write down here mole ratio. We write down 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, so we remember that if there's no number in front of that substance, it means there is 1 mole. Okay, so we have then step 1 and step 2. We have written down the equation and we've written down the um, mole ratio. Now we calculate the moles of the substance given. So what are we given? We are given the mass of the iron trioxide. So we write down what is given, and we know that there is 80 grams of iron trioxide is formed. Okay, so now we calculate the number of moles of the given substance. So we calculate moles of iron trioxide that's given. So what is the formula that we need to use? We use this formula, moles is equals to mass over mr. So the mass given is 80 grams, mr of iron trioxide. So we look at the mr of iron trioxide of Fe2O3. So there's 2 of iron, so we multiply 56 by 2, and there's 3 of oxygen, so we multiply 16 by 3. Okay, so this will give us 80 over 160 which means there is 0.5 mole of iron 3 oxide in this reaction. Okay, so we have now calculated the number of moles of the given substance. We now do step 4. Using the mole ratio, determine the number of moles of the substance you wish to find. Now we wish to find iron, which is the product. So now that we know, since the mole ratio, looking at the mole ratio of iron 3 oxide to iron, if we see the mole ratio of iron 3 oxide to iron, we can see that it is 1 to 2. 1 is to 2. Okay, therefore, if we have 0.5 mole of iron 3 oxide, which we just calculated here, there will be 2 times 0.5 mole of iron. So we know that there will be 1 mole of iron formed. Okay, so now we have already calculated the mole of the substance that we wish to find, and now we simply use that to find the mass of the substance that we wish to find, which is iron. Okay, so let's just draw a line here. We now know that mole of iron formed is 1 mole. Therefore, in order for us to find the mass of the iron formed, we will again use this formula. Mass is equals to mole times mR, or in this case AR. Mass is equals to mole times AR. Now I use AR because we're calculating iron, which is just an element, so which is 1 mole, which we just calculated here, multiplied by the AR of iron, which is 56. Therefore, the answer is simply 56 grams. Okay, so we have just found the mass of the iron formed from the above reaction. Okay, so you can see that using this very systematic approach, following these steps, it will always help you in solving chemical calculation problems. Okay, so look out for our next video where we have more examples of such calculations. Okay, see you soon. Bye bye.